Thank you for your patience. I will hop into this stream very, and I will hop into the art in just a moment. Uh, but just as the usual, I'm just gonna remind you that if you are painting something, I absolutely want to hear about it. If you're comfortable sharing, this is just a chill space for us to paint and to hang out. I know that I was supposed to stream on Wednesday, but earlier in the week something happened that I had to sort of recover from, and Wednesday was about the day where I felt a lot, about the day where I felt like I didn't want to push too much, but was feeling a lot better now, is the point. So I am here and happy to be so. If anything needs to be adjusted, feel free to let me know. I will keep an eye on the chat as I paint and as we hang out and talk, and we can relax. And I think it's about time to start painting. If I can. There we go. And with that, let's get started. Alright, so I'm straight up at 5. I'm gonna go to 90 opacity. Forgot to do that because I didn't want to leave you guys waiting for too long. Must have forgotten to clean my glasses, money. That is on me. But that happens. There we go. Awesome. Now, sorry, I didn't hear this, but now I'm good. Okay. So we're gonna hop all the way into black. 90 opacity. We have some space to play with right here. We're just going and we will let's spread this. There we go. Oh, actually, that's not where that shading would be. So that is not where I'm gonna put it. I am going to make the tool a little bit bigger and at least curl around this edge of the foot. There we go. This will just take a little bit of cleanup at the end, but that's alright. I actually kind of like this music as a background. That's alright. Good, 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 good. Okay, and then we're actually going to do this. And then now we will actually go into this. Okay. Now let's actually make this a 75 opacity. How was everyone's day, by the way? I've not been up very long, but I distinctly feel better than I have all week. As I sort of pushed through it for Monday, didn't really hit that I wasn't feeling fantastic until about later. I realized I didn't want to do anything. And I sort of hyperfixated on some other art pieces that I've been working on for Pride, which I'm very excited to show people that once I can and once Pride Month hits. Um, but yes, I did that on Monday. But beyond that, I spent most of the week recovering from what happened. Um, and I feel much better now. I also took the day off from the most of the week off from painting since my system members were kind of stubborn about that fact, given I painted quite a bit, which they had a point. So we had that. Those of us who have dates also had their dates. Um, and I get to play D&D tonight. So I am super jazzed about that. I'm super excited. I'm looking forward to it for sure. We're reaching the last 3 to 4 sessions of our game, and I have no clue how to feel about that. It's my first campaign. So it's just a little bit, it's a lot, I think is what I'm gonna land on. It's a lot to think about. Okay. But now we have his shoes. Henry's shoes, that is. Now it's time for Henry's pants. Let's differentiate this. Ooh. Definitely make sure you're stretching. Thankfully, thankfully you're not. However, you choose to look at it. It's not just from art, so it's not that, just that I've been irresponsible. But I could definitely be doing better in the way of like stretching and making sure I'm protecting my body. That's alright. Okay, so for now, I'm going. There we go. So I'm gonna put the base of like the shading here. And then we'll clean that up when we shade it and blend it, that is. There we go. Oh, yes, perfect. And we'll just clean that up. We'll clean that up after we blend it. For now, that we're probably gonna leave alone. And then we do this. We set this to 45. 16. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So now we're just gonna do this. And I can probably clean this up after. I say probably. That is what's going to be happening. No, I will actively there we go. Just going to put this lighter level of shading sort of at the legs here, on the edges, just so it's a little bit more rounded out when we go to handle this. And then after it's blended, after we put in that lighting, I will actually pop back in to do that second layer of secondary closer in. Right where I make it a smaller tool and I make it a darker blue, I'm gonna come back in and do that. So we're going to make sure that happens. I might turn on my fan. It's not overly hot in here, so I'm putting it off. But if I do, I will let you know, and mind the class that you can let me know if it's not the vibe, you know? You can hear it. Summer has hit, so those fans are going to be extra important. Oh, I think I also need... Okay, well, first let's see. Yeah, that'll do it. There we go. Alright, awesome. There we go. And then we're just going... to make sure that we're getting every bit. Alright. And from here we blend. Then we're going to clean up the outside, and that is when we're going to actually send in with those much smaller tools. Just to make sure. There we go. Okay, actually, I'm going to make this tool a little bigger, just to sort of soften this out a little bit. There we go. There we go. And as we can already see that shape taking hold. This is what we're looking for. This is exactly what we're looking for. Now we just need to clean up, and then we can pop in with those extra lines where they won't require even remotely as much cleanup. There we go. Awesome. Definitely. There we go. In the very least, even though it's a little more subtle, we've given the like shape of roundness of like that those jeans and that like material. And we're just going to accentuate that once we're done cleaning up by really adding back in those shadows that we sort of lost when we blended. Because in trying to make the lighting look natural, we can tend to lose some of the shadow. There we go. Awesome. Awesome. Cleaned up there. Actually, I did not put this on loop. Let me... Awesome, there we go. Sorry for that. Now we're good. I really need to remember to put my Discord into streamer mode. But the only reason I don't is because... I know for a fact there's a very high chance of me forgetting to turn that off. So, I'm a little less likely to use it, unfortunately. But it's definitely a helpful tool that Discord has given us streamers. Alright, awesome. Where did we go? Alright. I'll pop in, make sure I catch that little detail. Ooh. We're gonna try and get in and try and make that extra effort today just to make sure we're taking that break. Middle of the stream, just stretch. I know I neglected to do that on Monday, I believe. But that is extra important. Really want to make sure we're not forgetting to do that. Do what I say, not as I do, because I have not been a great example of respecting your temple, as it were. Something I'll probably always struggle to sort of make a habit the way it should be. But that's okay. Be a lifelong goal. That said, after the stream, I did finally get Stardew Valley, which is a lot more fun than I was expecting it to be, because I've seen a lot of reviews where people are like, who got Stardew Valley because they got bored of Animal Crossing and then realized they didn't like Stardew Valley. And that is not my experience at all. It has been a lot more of like religious experience, just because I worship an earth goddess and it's a farming game. But I've really enjoyed it. There we go. Now we have the basic shape. We're actually gonna pop into this dark blue. Got a size 2. Go to 90. Ooh, sorry. Thank you for your patience. Wow, that's good. Crack your back, kids. Because the longer you wait to do it, the crunchier it gets and the less helpful it actually is. At least without the help of a masseuse or something. Or a massage therapy thing. There we go. Awesome. This is just to create that sense of depth, which I think we're definitely getting here. There we go. Just for consistency's sake, we're gonna add that in there. I think I am gonna turn that fan on, so I can apologize. Thank you for your patience. It's not getting overly bad yet, but you know, I just want to catch it before it gets that way. There we go, and I can hop back in. I am sorry for that. I appreciate your patience. I'm actively trying to sort of change my language so that I'm apologizing less and expressing my gratitude more, because I find that like when you're saying I'm so sorry for being late, like on like an interpersonal level, it is misdirected and like probably makes a person like feel bad in some sort of way. There's a phenomenon there that I don't have the brain to express at the moment. But also it's probably like you want to thank the person, but it's a matter of self-confidence, not feeling like you can or should, because you need to apologize first. But you're really softening that blow of the thank you, gratitude for the place people have in your life, which I think no one really, like, yeah, still see the sidebar, by the way. So I can interact with you if you want to hang out and chat. It's not totally like. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna set this to 25. This is something I'm a little bit happier with because then you can just sort of add in those reinforcements while still not losing the shape that I'm trying to bring because of the depth of that deeper, darker blue. There we go. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Yeah, awesome. There, awesome. Okay. There's what is something that you guys are looking forward to? How about that? What is something that you guys are looking forward to? You know, I have a few things. I'm looking forward to tonight where I get to play D&D with my friends. My long-term campaign that's ending soon, specifically. I'm looking forward to this Sunday, where my Sunday game that I am DMing is picking back up, of which I am super excited. Super excited to pick that back up. I've been really, admittedly kind of impatient about it, but I'm doing my very best to not be because I'm actually really happy about the players that I have. Because I had negative experiences with most of the last group I had playing. And I took some mental notes on what happened there, and how I can better move forward. But also, I just have better people that vibe better with, who I am at my table. And I'm really looking forward to playing with that in mind. Because that's what D&D's about. It's supposed to be fun, not just for the players, for the game, for the DM, the game master. Now I could add pockets, but I didn't actually add that line art. I did not think to. So we're just being skinnies. Yeah, for now we're gonna leave it like that. Then we're gonna go into his shirt. Henry's shirt shading. Oof. I know what stretches I'm doing when we take our 45-minute break. Our break at 45 minutes, not that the break is 45 minutes long. I think Twitch would have complaints if I just left it unabandoned until then. Awesome. Okay, so let's see. How does this look? Let's see. Awesome. Okay, awesome. Which means I can probably... There we go. Yeah, no, I can live with that. I can absolutely live with that. There. Actually, no, that's better, because when I go back in with the other line art, where it needs cleaning up, and I'm sort of redefining that shape again, that is when I'll add in that deeper shade of yeah, okay. Yeah, so we are going first to justify that shape. Awesome. We're just going go alongside this. And then clean this up, because oh boy. Yeah, that works. Because that's going to get blended out anyways. Now in the same way, so we're going to have the size of this and add it in here. We're gonna do this. Awesome, 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 awesome. Now here's when we actually get it to 45. We're going to make that a tool size 10. We're going to make that 16. Awesome. Oh, okay. It was not showing me the circle for a moment, so I had to make sure that I actually had that there. There we go. We're just going to do this. And then we're sort of creating that shape in the shoulders. This again is going to create a lot of cleanup later, but that is alright. Awesome. And now we're just going to do this. I might just very briefly with the smallest amount of siding do this. And now we have that. Okay. Now we're actually going to go into 75 with this. Awesome. Wait. I feel like maybe that's a weird there we go. That's the one we're going with. Okay, now set this to 32. Okay, no. Let's we're going to make sure that we're not messing this up too much, but there we go. Oh, how's that? Now, doesn't look like much now, I'm aware, but we are going to make this nice and big, this blending. With some of this, we're gonna try to buff to like make that less of an obvious thing. Alright, oh yes, there we go. Creating that shape and that shading between that area, which we will expand upon in a moment. I'm trying to get this first. Now, let's up that tool size and just blend the crap out of this, shall we? Let's blend the crap out of this. Okay, now it's not a perfect green shirt, but it definitely does the job. So we're gonna clean this up now, and then we're gonna hop back in all the little crevices with a darker green. But first we gotta clean it up. And then we'll have Albert hair done. I do wish I could see this circle thing though, because that would make this so much easier. Sometimes that's what this like program does. It just says, oh, all of a sudden you can't see what you're trying to work with, so that I know where the hell I'm erasing and cleaning up. It's like half the helpfulness, but that's alright. You make it work. There we go. There we go. Yes. Awesome. Awesome. God, I'm so looking forward to tonight. Although it is absolutely, definitely like going to just speed us a little faster towards the end of the campaign. I'm purposefully and actively ignoring that fact so that I can enjoy what's left of the campaign without like doing that thing that my brain likes to do. Because I don't know if anyone else does this, but like my brain latches on to the idea of like, oh, we're almost done. We are almost done. Yes, it's time to mourn the doneness that is not even here yet. Like, I do that, and I do that regularly. I do that all the damn time. It's a little hard to help, so I'm trying to avoid doing that because I've had so much fun with the character I've played for like years now, where she's just been an absolute menace, and it's been so fun getting to play an absolute menace. Yeah, I'm just so, yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, anyone who plays D&D gets that feeling, and no matter what's happening, like, you get to play D&D tonight. Your day is made by the idea that you get to play D&D, that you get to play D&D later. Like, so excited. And I feel so proud of myself anytime I get to DM too. Just based on the fact that like DMing's not fucking easy, man. Appreciate your DMs is what I'm gonna say. Appreciate your DMs. It is not easy. They put in so much work. They plan out so much stuff, and they want to hear your feedback. They want to hear about the things that make it fun for you. They want to hear about the things that like they can improve upon, or things that they're doing that you want more of, or even as things need tweaking. Because for example, my group, we're at level 18. Level 18. Level 18 or 19. It's insane. It is insane that we're at level 18 or 19. And like, because of that, understand, like, fights are fucking easy. Fights are easy for us. And we've had to make those adjustments and go, hey, DM, I would like beat me around a little bit more. At least that's my specific complaint, because I play a rogue who like has a lot of places to hide. She's got things to protect that like she's recently gotten to protect, that she would protect with her life, and she hasn't really been hurt all that much in the world, and that was my critique for her. And she took that right on board, and immediately, like, we had tougher fights. We fought 4 rocks, which in D&D world, I didn't know this at first, but I was told my character is a pirate, for example, so she would know what they were, and I rolled like a natural 20 or something, I think, on like, do I recognize what I see? And I saw rocks, which are like rock birds, I believe. And we kicked its ass, and I got hurt, and it fucked with my ship that bought, and it was great. It was amazing. Um, but it was only that way because I communicated my concerns to my DM and the things that like I wanted more of. Um, because they're not mind readers. Is the point, I guess. I just DMs. They put in so much work. I cannot impress upon you just how much they want to hear back from you. Just how much they want your feedback, because you will make their entire night just by telling them you had a good time, or where you didn't have a good time, and where they can make it a better time. That they are there to not obviously they DMs are there to have fun too, but like they're there to make sure you have a story, and they can't do that if they don't know what you want out of it. Sorry, I don't actually know what prompted that, but oh god, I am just so excited for this weekend. I have so much D&D this weekend, and I'm gonna have weekends like that now as my schedule lines up, where I have 2 games and one on Friday, one on Sunday, and that's how it's gonna go. And then we're going to make sure that we have this shape down, and then we're just going to put this at 45, set this at 5. This will be a little bit more cleanup, but for this we can actually clean it up in the moment, as we're around it. So that's what we're gonna do. No, that is too big. 10. Let's see. There we go. Alright. Awesome. Okay. Let me clean that up. We don't have to worry about cleaning up that finger because that's gonna be solid. And then we apply this 545 right here. And now we redefined that shape again, so that we have that shape in again. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Awesome. Okay. So now we're on the arm. Oh no. We're cleaning that up. And then there we go. Okay. No, let's retry that. I could have cleaned that up, but I also needed to fix it, and I couldn't overlap. So, now we are again just blending this. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Oof. And as soon as we're done this, we'll hop back in after a brief exercise or stretch break, that is. that's actually probably fine. That's probably fine. Um, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Awesome. Now we're creating that shape that we want. Awesome. There we go, there we go. Alright. With that in mind, we're gonna take just like a around 5 minute break just to stretch, make sure that we are making sure our back isn't hurting because we're mistreating it or anything. But we'll be right back and we will be hopping into that hair and hopefully starting on Henry. Or Will somewhere. Um, so just you be alright, take this time to get a snack, a drink, or stretch along with me. that, we're back. Thank you for your patience. And we can hop back into this. And I hope that in the meantime you got a stretch in. I know I certainly did. I didn't get a full stretch, but definitely a little better than before. I bothered a cat for a minute or two, for just a minute or two. She's very silly. Hasn't got a thought in that dome of hers. Just cat owner things. And I believe we are ready to hop back in. Alright. So we are back with this. Let me just get a feel. Okay, so that's a good lighting. That is good light shading. So we're looking, this is mostly testing. Oh no, we need to make this a little desaturated comparably. There, I can live with that. Four. You don't need it too big. Where I would normally go in and sort of redefine stuff with everywhere else, the hair I don't really feel as much of a need to. So we will not be doing that now. We're just going to put in that shading where it's necessary. There we go. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. We add in that shading right there. So normally his hair would be up in a bun or a ponytail, but and I painted this on stream, so you guys sort of know the context for this piece. This is directly after the last piece that I painted with you, where a guy had another person pinned. He saved that person, hit him with his truck, and then got that person to the hospital. So that's the context basically surrounding this piece. But alongside that, he is, because he's obviously like he's got someone he cares about, he brought them to the hospital, that sort of thing. Stressed. Like his hair, which would normally be up, is a little bit disheveled. It's going to be a little bit funky. And so I tried to reflect that in his hair. Although hair is one of those things where, like, in the long term, art-wise, I would like to get better at painting so that I can do a little bit more with it. There's a lot you can do with your hair with your artistic hair, but if you just know how. And I do not yet know how, but I'm hoping one day that I do. And until then, I will take baby steps to get there. In the meantime, I know that I tend to to counteract how often I do, like, simple hair like this, by, like, trying to do wavy, curly styles too, where I can, just to sort of balance it out, to the best I can, until I am able to, like, really sort of put that in. I do know I was working on a piece at one point where, I tried to paint, box braids, I want to say, because I do need to be able to do that diversity, where it's not just people with perms, people of color with perms. So it's certainly a work in progress, but I am working towards that progress. Yes. I will hop in with that lighting soon, because like I said before, with hair, I don't really add in those like redefinitions. Um, I might just on the bigger, more noticeable, more chunky pieces like here. Um, just because I know that can tend to get lost. And I don't want that to happen once I shade. Once I like use the blending tool. So I'm going to patch that once we. There we go. Okay. And I'm only going to be doing it on these few pieces because everything else has that slight bit of shading that I'm going to leave it the way it is. Awesome, awesome, awesome. 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 Alright. I might also put it here even though I don't have that reason there. Sort of create that shape. There are a few places I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna plop it in. Mostly the places of note where you'd see significant dip that I don't really want to lose to the normal shading. Alright. And now I'm going to add and with that lighting, I'm also going to move that towards a little bit more towards yellow. And we're going to move this to 45. Set this to size 4. Just because that lighting is yellow, it's going to bounce a little bit more towards that. We want to add that sort of quality. Normally I would not be adding that specific color tone, but I do want to respect that, like, it's a hospital room that they're in. Not a children's hospital either. If you know, you know. Just why the background isn't going to have a lot of red. It's like a peachy orange. Peachy shades are actually a very beautiful combination if you know how to use them and find the right one. There we go. Alright. And we're just going to have this going on all the little patches like right here. And then we'll blend it all out at once. There we go. How is everyone holding up? It's been a stressful few days, for everyone. And I know stressful is an understatement. I don't talk about a lot of the serious stuff. Not that matters, of course. Not the serious stuff that like really matter, like a lot of current events, because not everyone. The world is so awful sometimes that I think we have to create and find these spaces where we're not consuming the trauma of like just being used to it. Um, we need those spaces where we're safe from it. Which, by the way, is part of why I'm very specifically being kind of vague about what it is I'm talking about. But that is what I hope that I'm providing for you when you hang out in my streams. Even if you're not saying anything, we're just hanging out. We're thinking about literally anything other than what's happening. Even if for like an hour and a half, 3 times a week. Because the human brain is not meant to process as much as we have been made to process. And I hope that I'm able to put like some dent in that. For those of you that hang out on my streams. Because it's not just for me, these streams. Well, of course, obviously, um, it's an ego boost to have someone have eyes on me. Like, that is. We all need that space where we're just hanging out with someone and we're not worrying about all the garbage that's happening. And so I really hope that I'm able to, like, provide that some way and help people, like, sort of balance and deal. Because God knows we could all use a little help with that right now. It's, yeah. We need to fight for change. Sorry, I am also a spoonie. So I tend to have limited mental resources for a lot of what happens around around the world, with Panini, with what recently happened at Texas high school, with protests and things like that, and so it's a little hard to figure out what to say when so often I'm mostly trying to provide space like this for the people in my life. When they hang out with me, they don't have to worry about that. But to some degree, obviously, we need change. And once we have taken our rests, taken a break, and we've taken a step back to breathe, we do need to be able to get up and find some way that we are good at. Not all of us are going to be able to be the ones running, like, going to protests. But you can help organize them, or you can help, like, donate to, like, to GoFundMe's, things like that, and promote them in a way that people know they exist. And we all have our different things, and once we are ready to face the world again, and it's okay if you're not ready to face the world again yet. There are things that we can all do, and it's okay if it takes time to figure that out. Sorry about that. Uh, yes, that's all I wanted to say for the serious stuff. I do apologize for having to mention that. There's only so much you can. Ignore is not the correct word by any means. You can sort of set it to the side. And there are times where it's just straight up disrespectful not to mention it. So I just wanted to make sure I said something. But yeah, I know after this I have cookies waiting for me. I am looking forward to that. It's supposed to be sugar cookies. Sugar cookies, Stardew Valley, and or sugar. Because okay, I haven't decided what video game I want to play after this. After I finish streaming and I decide if I want to like upload this. I haven't decided if I'm gonna play Legends of Arceus, or if I want to do Stardew Valley, which I recently bought, which has been very, very good and fun. It's a lot more than just farming, which I wasn't expecting. It is mostly farming, don't get me wrong, don't get it twisted, mostly farming. But it's more than farming though, which I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting it to have, because I'm watching RT Games playthrough. Of where he's memed it to be, where he's like making drugs and stuff. Which interesting twist. It's entertaining. And I didn't see the beginning, which I was like very curious to what the beginning was. But I like it. I really, really like it. There we go. There. You have his hair. And that is all blended. Awesome. Now, if I'm watching the time, I'm gonna say this again. So we do have this. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I'm not gonna blend what's on the shirt. But, so this is very specifically because it was after he had to carry someone who's like Cam was severely injured to the hospital. So this we are keeping an eye on. And I'm gonna shade this the way I used to shade blood all the time. Because I used to shade it this. Just base. I would have shaded the blood first before the skin and everything else, but I wanted to make sure that I kind of knew what the hell I was doing. With the lighting and sorts. We're gonna put that at 45. And not the usual thing that I put for that. Alright. We're gonna put that there. And we're gonna grab that 5 tool. There we go. Awesome. Have that 3D effect. Simple, easy, you can move on to the next thing. Alright. Now we're looking at Will's skin. Now I will say with Will it is a case of I know for a fact I'm probably not going to be like overtly happy with it, just because I wasn't sure how to paint the side of his face. Because what you'll notice is that I didn't put an eye in there, just because the angle. But I'm also not here to make perfection. I'm here to make things that I'm going to enjoy talking about while I stream. And if it happens to be something that I'm really, really proud of at the end of the day, then that's what it is. Um, Obviously, I want to show off some of my best work, but you are going to be able to find those in much different places than on my stream. I'm gonna be honest. Because I post most of my art on Tumblr, post most of my art on Twitter, sometimes on Instagram when I remember to, and then on my portfolio where I update it with all of the good art, all of the more like positive, like more like some of the best pieces long term that I have. And that is not what I do here, but it is the best place to find the stuff I'm actually super proud of. So let's see. Okay, yeah, that'll shave. Alright. So let's hit this at 90. We're gonna go in that ear. Create that shape. And then shade out, like blend it out. This is also not the perfect ear, but it's a pretty good approximation for what I can do at the moment. Thank you, hello, as Hefra? I hope I'm saying that correct. So this is actually a piece, of one of my OCs, where, so in a previous stream, I did a piece that sort of set this up, but, the guy I'm painting right now, his name is Henry. The guy with blood on his shirt and on his face is Will is the one that's like basically got like the death grip on him. Henry is the one who's got blood on him. Henry found his partner being basically attacked, and seriously hurt in the hand, and brought him to the hospital. But they have a history where they used to be super rivalry, and he'd been the cause of getting him in the hospital before. So Will, the best friend, sort of preemptively got in his face and went, "This better not be your fault." I don't think I got the fear expression quite right, but that is what this piece is. It took a little bit of finagling to get some pose help with what I was working with, but I managed, which I'm pretty pleased with. Alright, so there we go. Let's set this to 90 again. We'll set about going on the face. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm either going to set aside the shaved sides of the almost mullet or the undercut. I'm not quite sure what Will's got going on. But the side is shaved, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this. No, I'm gonna leave that with the hair. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So let's make this a 5. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Hope you've been enjoying however much you've seen. I'm actually seriously pleased with that. Gods, I need to do more blood effects than I do, because that looks really good. Oh gosh, okay. So I need to redo this again. Come around the hairline. There we go. I know for a fact I'm not gonna finish all of the shading. I think what I might be able to do is get some of the shading lines in, and then we'll see how I feel about like time frame of blending it. And we'll go from there. That sounds a lot more doable than anything else I might be able to do. Awesome. Now with the neck, it's a little simpler just to shade along those lines. It's not so much rounding it out as just following the hair and going where the hair goes. Yeah, I know for a fact I'm not going to get to the blending part, but I am going to lay down all the blending, the shading lines. Or, no, what I think I'll do is I'll focus on the face. I'll go from there. Do it in chunks. There we go. Alright. And it's in 90 opassity. Okay, let me make this a little smaller, and then I'll have to, and then once this is all blended out, pop in with that redefining lines that I do. Let me need, I'm thinking he's got a defined jaw. As we can see, it's a little hard to see actually, but we're going to 45 it. We're just going. There we go. We're just going to go round. Awesome. And then we're going to make this rounded out. We'll blend this. Awesome. Okay. Alright, and I think we just need, so I'm not gonna put in the lighting, I don't think, just because once I do the lighting, I then have to find the same shading lines, which I don't know that I'll be able to do and get the same one. I can, however, sort of do this. Ooh, no, that is A, too big, B, too, like, thick. With this music, God, this music just makes me think of, Deltarune. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. It's like that one, it's like those notes. Like, da 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 da. Just with, like, different rhythm. There we go. Okay. Now, this isn't the most direct way to do this, but it does get us access. Okay. I think I'm pretty happy with that. Now I'm just going to hop into that neckline and do that, just to get that blending. Might also end up needing to do those redefined runs out alright, it should be fine. Ooh, wait. I know where I'm missing something, and that is up here. There we go. Clean up as frequently as you can before it becomes overly messy sort of process. Alright. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna save here. I'm gonna save here, and we're gonna call it there. And I will continue this piece on Monday, or in my free time if I feel like it. I will probably preserve this piece just for the streams until it's done. It may be a few streams before that is the case, so don't worry. If you enjoyed this stream, absolutely feel free to let me know on Twitter, or if you've been painting alongside me, you can let us know on clockwork_sis. Same with if you have any games you'd like to see me do. I'm not as good at keeping up with it. I do have an Instagram though, clockworksis, where I post all my art, and then for the most part, we upload most of these streams at Clockwork System at YouTube. So I hope you enjoyed it, and that you have a lovely weekend. I know I certainly am. Peace.